Stella.
And I'm Tarrant, and this is Meeple University's What to Expect from Luxor. Released in 2018 after a successful Kickstarter campaign and a nominee for the 2018 Spiel des Jahres award, Luxor is a game in which players venture into an Egyptian tomb to collect sets of the treasures within. It was designed by Rüdiger Dorn and published by Queen Games. The game plays 2 to 4 players with an estimated duration of 45 minutes. It is of light to medium complexity and family friendly. The game combines a unique system of hand management, movement optimization, and a continuously evolving board.
In the game, players play as competing teams of Egyptologists delving into a pyramid at Luxor to collect treasures. Through the game, players will attempt to collect treasure tiles from the board and move their workers as far into the tomb as they can, as the treasures collected and the location of the workers at the end of the game are the 2 major sources of victory points for players.
On each turn, the player plays a single card from his or her hand and then moves one of his or her workers exactly the number of spaces printed on that card. The game features a unique hand management system. The player has a hand of 5 movement cards and cannot change the order of the cards at any time. When a player plays a card for movement, it must be one of the 2 outermost cards in the player's hand. And then when a player draws a replacement card, it must go into the middle of his or her hand. And so optimizing a player's movement involves careful planning of the cards that a player has accumulated to get them into the right places at the right times.
After moving, players can collect treasure tiles by matching the number of worker icons printed on the tile. This means that most of the more valuable treasures require a player to land several workers on the same tile, which requires several turns and careful planning. Once a player collects a tile, it comes off the board and can be skipped over in movement, making it faster for other workers to move through the tomb.
Some tiles offer additional bonuses other than simply treasure. Taking treasure tiles which reveal an animal underneath will allow players to draw a temple tile, and this provides a new action which will provide other treasures directly for players to gather. Players can use the Osiris tiles to move quickly forward in the tomb, or may use the Horus tiles to claim additional and more powerful movement cards into hand. In particular, these cards can make it possible to move multiple workers at once, or claim tiles with fewer than the required number of workers, allowing you to steal treasure tiles out from underneath players who would otherwise have had an unassailable advantage for claiming those tiles. The end of the game is triggered once 2 workers have reached the central tomb, allowing the players there to grab the sarcophagus treasures. Then players determine their final scores. And to do this, players add up the points on all of the treasures that they've collected, as well as additional points for having sets of each of the 3 different types of treasures. And then players also gain points based on the number printed on the wall of the final location of all of his or her adventurers. These scores increase the deeper you go into the pyramid. However, all the Horus tiles are worth nothing, so players need to be careful to ensure that their workers aren't stranded on these low-value tiles at the point in which the game end is triggered by another player. The player with the most points from treasure and locations wins the game.
And that's what to expect from Luxor.
We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to learn the rules to the game in full, you can click on the link in the description to check out our how to play video for this game.
If you have any comments, feedback, questions, or just want to say hi to us, please write in the comment sections below.
And if you'd like to be among the first to know what's new from Meeple University, please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking on the Meeple in the corner. Helping us to monetize this channel will help us to invest more back into the content to make it better for you.